great northern forest, there's a place where I once loved to dwell. And it feels like my poor heart is breaking for the girl that I used to love so well. So take me back to the woods where she left me. Let me walk through them hills all alone, where your love still wanders through the valley, and the vines have covered up our cabin home. Now the years fly by just like an eagle, and it's casting a shadow down below. My memory is piercing like a needle, and I know that I got nowhere left to go. So take me back to the woods where she left me. Let me walk through them hills all alone, where your love still wanders through the valley, and the vines have covered up our cabin home. Our cabin, well, that's where I want to be forevermore. When I die, you can lay me there beside me, where the vines have covered up the door. So take me back to the woods where she left me. Let me walk through them hills all alone, where your love still wanders through the valley, and the vines have covered up our cabin home. Calling me at 4 in the morning just because you're thinking you still got my number. And don't be closing down every bar downtown, just stumbling around and searching for some loving. Oh, I'm not what you need, cause if I was what you needed, then you would have left them other boys at home. So don't be calling me at 4 in the morning just because you want to know if I'm at home. There was a time when I believed that you would be the one for me, but now I know I'm just living in a lie. It was all just make-believe, another foolish fantasy. I think it's plain to see that I have changed my mind. I believe I've had enough. Have you even been in love? I've been crying every minute since you've gone. So don't be calling me at 4 in the morning just because you want to know if I'm at home. Myself to sleep, you still show up in my dreams. I don't think the Lord above could even hear me, but I'm faithful nonetheless. Though I never give no rest, Can't even catch a wink without you near me. Oh, you never do me right out there beneath that neon light. Somehow I'm the one that's always in the wrong. So don't be calling me at 4 in the morning just because you want to know if I'm at home. I said don't be calling me at 4 in the morning just because you want to know if I'm at home. this morning about 4:15, grabbed my cap and bag and slipped out the door, hooked up my tractor to the U-Haul hitch, went and picked up Vince, and we headed out to peep the sitch. Figured we'd try to get into some smallies in the Clearwater. Praying there wasn't nothing to get snagged up on. So we're cruising somewhere near Livingston. I had some herb in my bowl and I lit it again. I was jabbered at the jaw and crimson in the eye. On the way to Dale Hollow, I was floating like a butterfly. Then I got stung by a bee. Had to squeeze the mustard, Uncle Vinny said, wow. Then I saw the lights flash and my heart sank down. And the man strolled up with a real nice lean. And I rolled down my window and he smelled my weed. He said, I'm Officer Looper, the Tennessee State Trooper, and I'll take your license, and your registration, and your grass. I guess it was only a matter of time. He said, where are you heading? I said, to catch some bass. He said, step out of my magnifying glass. He made me watch his fingers and touch my nose, and then he made me count to 30, but then he let me go. Made my day. I reckon it was a little catch and release. So that there's my story, and I want you to know, if you're gonna go fishing, you better take her slow. Better look both ways and keep her in line. Let this be a lesson to you and your partners in crime. Always watch your 6 and 9. Don't roll through the stop sign. You don't always need to make the verses rhyme. Don't be mixing liquor with your wine. If you feel so inclined, keep me in mind. And by the way, only break one law at a time. When I got to New York City, I was looking for another side of life. And my feet were so damn calloused, I could probably walk the edges of a knife. My mistakes had often led me to believe I'll never find an open door. Now I'm busted flat and broken, and I don't know what the hell I'm waiting for. Some could see that I was stumbling, and a couple even stopped to lend a hand. Most would pass me by and ridicule and fail to recognize a fellow man. Now the wind is growing bitter and the leaves begin to die and start to fall. I wonder if next summer if I'll even be around this place at all. If I could go back to the days when I was young, I'd travel the whole world over and then some. And I'd come back to you with an everlasting lily in my hand. And I'd show the world just what it means to me, for me to get to be your man. Afternoon, I heard a voice within my head, and the echoes of forgotten words from all the dusty books I haven't read. And I wondered if by chance I should have listened back to what they said in school. It occurred to me I might have been the class clown then, but now I'm just a fool. If I could go back to the days when I was young, I'd travel the whole world over and then some. And I'd come back to you with an everlasting lily in my hand. And I'd show the world just what it means to me, for me to get to be your man. Yes, I'd show the world just what it means to me, for me to get to be your man. I'm heading south to Georgia for 2 shows in a row. Didn't get much sleep last night the way these drivers roll. Heaven seems so far away, I believe my weary soul will be gone a long time. Baby laughing like a jackal in the night. I looked in through the window when I saw an awful sight. Well, he took off my overcoat and she turned out the light, and I'll be gone a long time. Sees a little worm dancing on the ground. I guess there ain't no hiding place no matter where you're found. I just came from Traverse City, now I'm with the coochie bound, and I'll be gone a long time. Jesus took the water and turned it in wine. Me, I'll take them pretty girls and try to make them mine. And I'll tell them not to worry, that I'll see them down the line, and I'll be gone a long time. Keep a rolling to the rhythm of the band. And if you think I'm lucky, boys, you just don't understand. I'll pick this old guitar until my fingers turn sand, and I'll be gone a long time. I'll be gone a long time. buttons crashed before the wagon's headed west. Before the mighty buffalo, the wind and water, rain and snow, silence none of us could know before the mighty buffalo. Before, long before, and before the war. Before, long before, and before the war. It ain't before. Back deep in the woods, the first hint of frost is upon you. About a mile beyond the field stone wall, it's not hard to get lost if you want to. Too far from the city to see the white lights, I move in the shadows under cover of the night. Too far from the highway to blow a flat tire, I stare in the ashes and fire. Now John St. Paul is a well-known man, of wealth in his skyscraper palace. He likes his old Cadillac prepped for long drives. I don't like how it looks at my Alice. I work his garage with a wrench in my glove, bring the stench of his gasoline home to my love. She swears once again she has all she desires, as I stare in the ashes and fire. One day late last week when I got the word the boss needs his caddy all steady, I remembered his eyes all over my wife as I carefully got my tools ready. What a terrible shame should he ever break down with me on his trail and so far from town. If his brakes were to fail, if he blew out a tire, and I stared in the ashes and fire. Now John St. Paul is a well-known man of wealth in his skyscraper palace. He likes his old Cadillac prepped for long drives. Don't like how he looks at my Alice. I don't like how he looks at my Alice.